broadcasting from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus. You're watching Poly Playbook.
Welcome to this week's edition of Poly Playbook, your Cal Poly Sports Recap Show. I'm Lisa Diaz. Today is Monday, May 12th. This week, we'll take you through one of the biggest series in college baseball, give you the latest on two Mustangs that are now on NFL rosters, and update you on all of the conference championships happening. Let's get right into this week's top stories. The Cal Poly baseball team is one win closer to hosting a regional playoff series during this historic season. I went out to Baggett Stadium to catch all of Sunday's action in the win against the top team in the conference, UC Irvine. In the battle for the Big West, the Mustangs dominated the UC Irvine Anteaters 10-3 Sunday to take the series. Cal Poly got off to a quick start, scoring 2 runs in each of the first 5 innings. And pitcher Casey Bloomquist made it through 6 to get his 11th win this season. Can you kind of talk about what your mentality was and how you were able to get out of some of those tough situations?
Today I knew I didn't have my best stuff as soon as I threw the first inning, and I just kind of had to battle through it and just had to trust my defense and know they were going to make the plays behind me, so I just had to throw strikes and give them a chance to do it.
Right fielder Nick Torres and catcher Chris Hu were hot at the plate. Torres drove in 3 runs and both had 3 hits. One of those hits was Torres' 5th home run this season.
It's actually funny because I lost the bat the pitch before, and Mundell came up as he was giving me the pine tar, and I kind of told him, I was like, shoot, I should have crushed that one. He was like, yeah, all right, you'll crush this next one. And so I thought that was kind of funny. I was just trying to see something up in the zone.
With the win, Cal Poly is 1 game behind UC Irvine going into the final conference series, and the Mustangs set a new school record for wins in a season with 41. How did you feel coming into this game? I mean, the whole series, possibly the Big West, depends on your start today. How did you feel going?
I felt confident. I'd want to be the guy with the ball and want it to be on my shoulders, and it's a great feeling, and I love it. I feel like it's a situation that I live for.
How do you feel now?
I feel awesome. We feel good going into Northridge, and then with Irvine going to play Fullerton and Long Beach, so we like our odds for the Big West, so hopefully it all works out.
Now, pitching has been electric this season and is one of the big reasons for the Mustangs' success. We're lucky to have Tom Nork in studio, who's going to kind of break down how Bloomquist is having success on the mound. Tom?
Thanks, Lisa. Now, Casey Bloomquist is leading the Mustangs in ERA, shutouts, and wins. Now, a key to his success has been getting ground ball outs with his 2-seam fastball. As opposed to a 4-seam fastball that's gripped like this and has little to no movement, a 2-seam fastball is gripped along what's called the runway of the ball. When thrown properly, a 2-seamer should tail away from the pitcher's side. Ground ball pitchers in the pros like Justin Verlander and Tim Hudson rely on this pitch in double play situations and to get out of jams. Now stay tuned for next week's Poly Playbook, and we'll take a more in-depth look at your Mustangs pitchers. Back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Tom. And now we're going to go and move on to football. Some pretty big news happening. Sullivan Gross and Johnny Millard were not only teammates during their careers at Cal Poly, they were roommates and both business majors. Now they are both professional football players. After months of working out in front of NFL scouts and playing in all-star games, linebacker Johnny Millard was signed as an undrafted free agent to the St. Louis Rams. Sullivan Gross signed a contract to play for the Houston Texans. Gross was the Big Sky Conference Co-Defensive Player of the Year, and both Millard and Gross played in every game they were eligible for during their time at Cal Poly. Slot-back Cole Stamford has not officially signed with anyone, but he received mini-camp invites from the Green Bay Packers and the San Diego Chargers. Millard and Gross are not the only players with Cal Poly ties that signed NFL contracts this past week. Alejandro Villanueva is a 5-year veteran of the United States Army who served 3 tours in Afghanistan. His next battle will be on the football field as a defensive end. The Philadelphia Eagles signed him to a rookie free agent contract Tuesday. Before enlisting, Villanueva played at West Point for 3 coaches that are now here on Cal Poly campus. The Mustangs head football coach Tim Walsh made the suggestion to move Villanueva from defense to offense, and offensive coordinator Saga Tutueli coached him on the offensive line. but civil engineering professor Andy Geider grew really close to Villanueva as his receivers coach during his senior year.
We stayed in touch. Actually, we were just texting this morning. So yeah, I've been fortunate to stay in touch with him. He's deployed twice actually, so we're able to stay in touch and about his future plans and obviously what he's doing right now. But he sees the big picture in terms of his life and the direction that it's going. And so this is obviously a very neat, exciting chapter for him.
Come September, we will know whether all 4 players with Cal Poly ties are on official NFL rosters. Cal Poly softball closed out their 2014 season with a shutout win over UC Riverside Saturday. Mustangs ace Sierra Highland was back in the circle for her final time this season. Highland pitched her 29th complete game and her 14th shutout of the year. Highland also drove in the game's only 3 runs off of doubles in the 1st and 6th innings. Friday's series opening split versus UC Riverside eliminated Cal Poly from Big West contention. However, the Mustangs were able to win their last game at Bob Jansen Field for the 7 senior players. The Cal Poly men's tennis team traveled to UCLA for the NCAA tournament Saturday. Before they left, we went to the Mustang courts to find out one of the keys to their success.
Good. Good. Nice. Come on.
I remember watching a video, I think it might have actually been something like this, of Andre before I came here, and he said that he really wanted to put Cal Poly tennis on the map and really make it a tennis school, and I think he did that.
The Cal Poly men's tennis team lost All-American Andre Dome in the offseason and didn't miss a volley. Freshman Ben Donovan came into the program as a 5-star recruit, took over the #1 singles spot, and now the team is headed to their 2nd NCAA tournament in 3 years.
And he made quick work of guys who you shouldn't be beating, so I mean, it's really impressive. In our conference final, they actually beat the player of the conference in straight sets easy, so when it mattered, Ben played really well.
Before getting to the top of his college game, Donovan played in different parts of the country and studied at tennis academies.
I went to the U.S. Open when I was about 6, and I loved it all the way up until I was about 12. But really, in high school, I was starting to get burnt out with it, and I got a scholarship for it and came here and really wasn't enjoying the sport that much. But once I got here, I started loving it again for sure.
And when Donovan saw Cal Poly, he knew that this was a place he could spend every day for the next 4 years, even off the courts.
I mean, what are we, like 10 miles from the beach or something, I don't think it ever drops below 60 degrees. It's just, as soon as I took my visit here, it's just everything about it is unreal.
But one thing that is real, Donovan's connection with his teammates, especially his doubles partner, Jurgen de Jager.
Because we played doubles together, so we had this pretty big point against Hawaii, and Ben served, and he made this really good volley, and he turned around and looked at me, wiped his hair off, and just looked in the air like this, and that was definitely the funniest moment.
The Mustangs ended up losing their NCAA tournament match 4-0 to the Bruins. Ben Donovan and Marco Camuzzo were the only players to win a set. Cal Poly track and field athletes are lacing up their spikes for the upcoming Big West Championships. Kendall Nielsen is going to compete in the 4x100 relay, long jump, and her favorite discipline, the triple jump. Her teammate Aja Love will do the 100-meter and 200-meter races, as well as the 4x1 and the 4x4 relay. She is headed back to the Big West Championships, and she can't help but reminisce on her first time at the tournament.
Well, I went last year as a freshman, and it was definitely disappointing. I didn't make it to the final round, and so, after I shed my tears, I kind of came back this year with my training kind of just with a vengeance, because I was like, I refuse to let myself feel that way, and I'm not going to accept being average this year.
The Mustangs will head to UC Davis for the Big West Championships that continue this weekend. So far, freshman Jessica Davis has placed 9th in the women's heptathlon, and in the men's decathlon, Cal Poly junior David Bennett placed 2nd, followed by sophomore Nick Harold, who came in 3rd. For more results, visit mustangnews.net. Thanks for watching our weekly sports show. You can watch this show and get all your Mustang sports updates at mustangnews.net. You can also watch our weekly 30-minute broadcast on Charter Channel 19, Campus Channel 2, and UHTV Channel 7. Have a great day, Cal Poly.